never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind.
Hey guys, how you going? We've got some more slightly funny stuff and more serious stuff today. Mystery item falls out of Pelosi's pants at the DNC convention. And it's laying here on the ground. Okay, it falls out of her left pant leg. What fell out of Nancy Pelosi's pants? A mystery item fell out of Pelosi's pants Wednesday night as she walked out on stage at the DNC convention in Chicago. Was it toilet paper? We're going to watch this. Ian Miles Chong believes it was toilet paper that fell out of Nancy Pelosi's pant leg when she walked out on the stage. So let's have a look. And there it is. Right, did you see that? It was right on, There you go. Pelosi praised Joe Biden and democracy on Wednesday night. This was after Pelosi ran the secret coup to replace Dementia Joe as the party's candidate. On January 20th, 2021, with the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, we established one of the most successful presidencies of modern times, says Pelosi. This is all Pelosi talking about, okay? We quickly proved that Democrats deliver millions of jobs. That's questionable. Aren't they fake jobs? Stronger infrastructure and rural broadband. A Biden child tax credit. Rescuing human pensions. I don't know what they're doing rescuing human pensions. Honouring their veteran. I don't know if they're doing that either. Bold climate action, lowering the cost of prescription drugs. Yeah, copying Trump. All thanks to President Biden's patriotic vision of a fairer America. And he's as far from patriotic as you can get. Doing so with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Joe, Pelosi said. Nancy Pelosi forced Biden off the ballot to save the Democrat Party. Pelosi endorsed Kamala Harris one day after Biden dropped out of the 2024 race. The former House Speaker reportedly threatened Joe Biden as she pressured him to drop out of the 2024 race. Per Politico, Nancy made clear that they could do this the easy way or the hard way, said one Democrat familiar with private conversations who was granted anonymity to speak candidly. She gave them 3 weeks of the easy way. It was about to be the hard way. Earlier this week, Pelosi boasted about disenfranchising 15 million Democrat primary voters and ending Biden's 52-year career in politics. I did what I had to do. My concern was not about the president, it was about his campaign, Pelosi said. And you can see that here.
You know what?
Have you talked to him? Is my only question.
What I have to do.
Right.
He made the decision for the country. My concern was not about the president. It was about his campaign.
I think Pelosi's drunk. I think she's always drunk. And now it's looking like Kamala is too. There you go. Secret Service agent placed on leave after Trump assassination attempt. 3 weeks ago, it was obviously by Susan Crabtree, real clear wire apparently. 3 weeks ago, Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe angrily pushed back on senators' calls to immediately fire or discipline key agents directly responsible for the security failures that led to the assassination attempt against former President Trump at last month's campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Since that time, Secret Service leaders have placed several members of the Pittsburgh field office on administrative leave, according to 3 sources in the Secret Service community. Administrative leave occurs when a federal employee temporarily leaves their position and work duties, either because of a misconduct investigation or medical or mental health issue. These employees usually still receive pay and benefits, but those decisions are left to the discretion of agency leadership. While these members of the Pittsburgh field office were placed on leave, a different set of agents, several assigned to Trump's permanent protective detail, are still on the job providing Trump protection, the sources say. They remain operational even though they were too deeply involved in devising the Butler rally security plan. The differing treatment of the 2 teams is spurring internal dissension and speculation that the Pittsburgh office could bear the brunt of the serious security failures that day, even though there's plenty of blame to go around. During a joint Senate committee meeting July 30th, Rowe said he couldn't understand or defend why the roof where shooter Thomas Crooks fired from wasn't better secured. He said the Secret Service is investigating whether any employees broke the rules or didn't follow established protocol to protect obvious vulnerabilities. If so, he said they would be held accountable through the agency's disciplinary process and face punishment, including termination. Yet Rowe and other senior officials back in Washington headquarters should share the blame, these sources argue. The agency's top brass were almost certainly involved in declining at least some of the security assets requested for the Butler rally, despite a heightened threat level brought on by a specific Iranian assassination plot against Trump. Former Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle resigned in late July amid bipartisan outrage over her lack of transparency about the rally security failures, but critics in Congress and the Secret Service community are calling for more accountability in the wake of the worst security failure since President Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981. Dan Bongino, a popular Conservative personality who spent 11 years in the Secret Service, has blasted his former agency's apocalyptic security failure and called for a full house cleaning of the upper leadership ranks in its Washington headquarters. Rowe, he said, is just as bad, if not worse, than Cheadle because he was her hand-picked deputy and played a key role in her management decisions. My Secret Service colleagues I work with were nothing like this. Where nothing like this ever happened at our advances, are horrified at Ron Rowe, ashamed at what this agency has become, he said on his podcast the day after Rowe testified before the Senate. I'm not talking about a small cadre of them. I'm talking about a big group of former agents who are on fire about what happened here. They are horrified about what's going on with this agency. Other current Secret Service agents, including one who requested anonymity for fear of reprisal, pinned the failures at Butler directly on Rowe and other top leaders' alleged ties because their decisions leading up to the July 13 rally set the rank-and-file agents up for failure. Leadership's management of technology and personnel are what led to the failures in Butler, but they are not the ones being held accountable, a source in the Secret Service community told Real Clear Politics. The FBI arrested Asif Merchant, a Pakistani man with ties to Iran. One day before the Butler rally, Merchant was charged with the plot to carry out political assassinations on US soil, including against Trump. The arrest comes 2 years after US officials disrupted another Iranian scheme aimed at former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton. Trump and his national security team have faced threats from Iran since Trump ordered the killing of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in early January 2020. Mid-level Secret Service managers based in DC routinely reduced the level of security assets as a way to cut costs. There's even greater pressure to reject asset requests during the presidential campaign years, when agency resources are especially stretched thin because there are multiple candidates to protect. Because of the heightened Iranian threat against Trump, those decisions wouldn't just be made by mid-level Secret Service managers, but likely would involve top agency officials too, the sources argued. In the case of the Butler rally, it was the first time agency leaders approved counter-snipers for a Trump re-election event, but they still only allotted 2 counter-sniper teams rather than the 4 teams requested, multiple sources have told RCP. Because of the sniper shortage, the Secret Service was forced to ask local law enforcement to man the roof where the 20-year-old would-be assassin, Thomas Crooks, fired off his shots at Trump and the crowd, killing firefighter Corey Compatore, who was attending the rally with his family. Exactly why that rooftop was not adequately covered remains a key question in the ongoing investigation, with the Secret Service and local law enforcement continuing to trade accusations over that glaring failure. Other whistleblowers have come forward to complain that Secret Service leaders did not allocate a counter-surveillance unit, roaming agents who work to find and intercept suspicious people or fortify vulnerable areas during a rally. If they had, these whistleblowers argue those CSU teams would have intercepted and questioned Crooks as soon as he pulled out a range finder and held it up to the crowd. Senator Josh Hawley in early August sent a letter to Rowe saying he had received detailed information personally blaming him for directing significant cuts to the Counter-Surveillance Division, a department that performs threat assessment evaluations of event sites before the events occur, and did not perform its typical evaluation of the Butler site and was not present that day. An unnamed whistleblower further alleged that Rowe directed a 20% reduction in the CSD's manpower, an assertion that, if proven, would undercut Rowe's repeated denials that he wasn't involved in any decisions rejecting requests for added security for Trump over the last 2 years. In an all-hands conference last week, Rowe committed to a complete paradigm overhaul at the agency and said he's making headway in pressing for major budget increases. He also pledged to jettison the long-term approach of stretching resources too thin. What is known within the agency as doing more with less, and to improve the Secret Service's technological capability to adapt to constantly evolving threats. We can no longer operate with that mindset, Rowe told the agents during his address to every employee. We can no longer wear our people down. Rowe argued that the near assassination of Trump has served as a wake-up call to the agency, an opportunity to examine our own paradigm and examine our own methodologies, to challenge assumptions, to look at the new dynamic threat environment we're operating in, look at the demand in which we're placing on our people. Does anyone think it was deliberate? Trump's security detail, a 60-member team dedicated to protecting the former president, has faced the toughest schedules and heaviest workloads over the last year of any Secret Service division or detail. Yeah, that's because everyone's going at him. The agents have endured long hours, often working 7 days a week in a row before taking time off. The Trump detail has also taken on more of the responsibility for creating and executing the security plans for rallies, these sources said, a job that was always shared with the local field office closest to each rally. But over the last year, as Trump has faced heightened threats, his detail has taken on more and more responsibility for security planning and decisions at rallies, these sources say. For instance, the side agent, the individual charged with devising most of the security plan for the event, was a member of the Trump detail for the Butler rally. But the lead agent, who typically oversees security at the entire sequence of events, from the airport arrival to the rally to the hotel stay to the airport departure, was a member of the Pittsburgh field office. During final preparations for a rally, the site agent and lead agent joined forces in conducting walkthroughs of the security plans with supervisors from each of their teams. Because members of the Pittsburgh field office shared the responsibility with the individuals from the Trump detail, sources are questioning why no one from the Trump detail has been put on administrative leave, while several of their Pittsburgh counterparts have been. Even the innermost ring of security, those agents on the Trump detail who quickly used their bodies as human shields to protect Trump, are still on the job despite the obvious trauma of going through such a stressful event. Secret Service spokesman Anthony Anthony here didn't respond to questions from Real Clear Politics about that disparity. He also didn't answer several other detailed questions about the agency's administrative leave and disciplinary policies. The US Secret Service is committed to investigating the decisions and actions of personnel related to the event in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, Anthony said in a statement. The US Secret Service mission assurance review is progressing, and we are examining the processes, procedures and factors that led to this operational failure. Okay, I don't need to read any more to know that this was on purpose. I'm sorry, but that it was. And someone needs to, or more than one person needs to be held accountable. Okay, a street artist? What was that? Sabo pays surprise visit to DNC convention, uses his unconventional art to remind dishonest Dems America's not buying their propaganda. Show me his street art. Oh, Donald Trump with his finger up. Stop. Caution. Kamala's illegals. Oh. Once upon a time, a billboard vandalised with Polanski and Epstein. Okay. It was called Once Upon a Time movie with pedos Roman Polanski and Jeffrey Epstein. The name of the movie was reworked to show Once Upon a Time in Pedowood. What other stuff has he done? Okay, he was heading to the DNC. Prepares adhesives for his artwork in his hotel room. He's a cultural revolutionist. DNC convention guests are faced with a list of who they become as America's most radical leftist former US Senator Baltazar Kamala Harris fights to become a Barack Obama's new presidential puppet. Yeah. And this is another one of his pieces of art. What does it say, actually? I want you. Hating, baby killing, sexually confused, Marxist, communist, globalist, groomers, boomers, coomers. Okay. Blacks must sit at the back of the bus and Kamala migrants sit in the front. Wow. But that's how Kamala is. Trump 2024 and Harris for president. Oh dear. See, Trump's is nice and full with nice fresh fruit. This is just garbage. Okay, another one. What have we got here? General Trump, MacArthur facing off against the Lizard King of CA, California, Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom in Chicago outside the DNC convention. Let me have a look. We'll just quietly do this. Oh dear. Oh my goodness, there it is. Gavin Newsom. Look, his face is being held on by clips. Okay. What's this other one? Sabo reveals one of his latest edgy creations in this video, which features a knockoff of the Barack Obama presidential portrait with his lovely wife, Michelle. With his mate, Michael. Sabo's creation clearly illustrates his opinion of Michael Obama's true gender identity. Oh, well done. Show me. Oh my goodness. That doesn't even look, that's too feminine to look like Michelle. He delivers a counter message to a billboard that was already defaced with posters of Kamala's face when he arrived. What did he do to it? Let's see, what's he going to do? Come on, mate, you can do this. What are you doing? I'm just going to turn the volume down while I don't know if there's music because I don't have my headphones on. What's he going to do? He's going to cover it with something. Okay, he's putting the glue on, I believe. That's what that is. Getting the glue ready to put something on over the top of it, I believe. Now, what is it, mate? Come on. Show us. Show us. It's going to be good. You know it's going to be good. Okay, mate, come on. Where's the piece you're putting over the top? Okay, let's go. He's getting it now. Here we go. I believe. What's he doing? Oh, there it is. Here he comes back again. Show us, mate. It's Trump with two fingers up. Two middle fingers. There you go. How lovely is that? And Kamala's not for freedom. No, not at all. Like freedom for immigrants, but not anyone else. Well done, mate. Okay. Yeah, that'd be hard work. Oh, wow. Corn pop. One bad dude. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And you got Joe Biden sniffing people with a stop sign. What else have we got? Yep, that's the same one again. No surprise that Shepard Fairey, who's always created openly Marxist propaganda, would jump on the Kamala Harris marketing train. He's just another tool of the establishment. And there you go again. Michael. Hello. Michael. Okay. Mother of Rachel Moran, who was murdered by one of Kamala's illegal aliens, fights back tears as she blasts Kamala open border policies. I think every American is blasting Kamala's open border policies and Joe's. Okay, what's this? Breaking up. I can't pronounce this one. Cochise County Sheriff's deputies. Did I get that right? Arrest man who threatened to assassinate President Trump during his visit to Arizona today. Oh, wow. The Atlantic Ocean is cooling at record speed and climate hoaxers are absolutely baffled. They don't know what's going on. They can't even tell the weather tomorrow or today without getting that wrong, so I don't know how they think that they've got the climate under control or know what's going on with it. America Last, taxpayer-funded Oregon group offers 30,000 home purchase grants exclusively to illegal aliens and non-citizens, excluding Americans. Now that is disgusting. Okay, we've got Shakira Soul. Michelle Obama's DNC speech was a race-baiting disgrace that ignores the real crisis in black America. RFK Jr.'s running mate, Nicole Shanahan, reveals her Democratic friends are terrified about their possible Trump endorsement, flooding her with frantic text messages. While Kiev's adventure in Russia's Kursk is going on, its defences in Donetsk are folding, and Putin may soon be victorious in the key region of the war. As if we didn't know that. Okay, Ken Paxton, he anticipates a lot of election shenanigans going on a massive level that has been planned, he says, by the federal government and organised for years. Like we didn't know that. Paper and pens, guys, and hand counting. That's the only way to get around it. P.S. Judy Woodruff forced to apologise for peddling false story to a live audience about President Trump and Israeli peace talks. When are they not peddling false stories? Especially about Trump, but when are they not? I would really like to know, because that seems to be an easier question to answer. Sorry, I just got a tissue. What else have we got in here? I've got a lot for tomorrow, so please join us tomorrow morning live, and we will go through a whole lot. We'll go through what we can on YouTube, and the rest will be on Rumble. Rose Unplugged, Venezuelan immigrant shares a horror story of living under communist price controls now being proposed by Kamala Harris. Look, it sounds like we're all facing, in every country, we're facing the same type of thing. Okay, US Supreme Court upholds Arizona's law requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote. I believe that should happen everywhere. And it should be, honestly, paper and pen. So pen so no one can erase it and change your vote. And paper and hand counting. And it can be done. It doesn't matter how big, it can be done. They just want you to think that it's impossible. Wayne Root, this isn't just a presidential election. Yesterday proves this is literally a matter of life and death. Yep. Okay. Well, with that, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I have had a bit of a headache for the last 2 days again, so I'm just trying to take it easy on myself. I will be back tomorrow morning with a live stream that will probably go for an hour or two, and then it'll go over on Rumble for another hour or two. Okay, guys, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget, eyes open and no fear. We're watching a movie. Much love. Bye.